We're moving into footwork. Footwork from here, we're going to make our way over to a ball. Before we, make our way over to a wall with the ball, thinking ahead. Go ahead and sit on the ball like you would the horse with your legs behind you, inner thighs squeezing in. You don't need any props except the ball and the wall. Now, make sure I want one hand on the wall, so your profile to the wall. The other hand's going to go behind your head. Give yourself enough space. This takes a little adjusting. Your toes are lifting up. You're pointing the toes. Head is leaning back into the hand. And you're squeezing in on the ball to where you kind of lift your body up, upright. Inhale, exhale, arch your back here. Tip it back. Inhale, neutralize it. So that's the position between arching and rounding. And exhale, tip it back again. So we're just doing some pelvic articulations. And on your inhale, I want you to plantar flex your feet hard. So really point your toes. On your exhale, I want you to extend the pelvis back. Inhale, neutral pelvis, squeeze those inner thighs in on the ball. Exhale, arch the back. Keep going. You're doing great. Inhale and exhale. One more here. Inhale. And let's make our way off the ball. You're going to turn around just so the hand on the wall switches. The other hand gets a chance to be behind the head and stretch out as you lean your head back into it. It's all about stability here. Pull the low belly in. Point the toes. Fight for a deep plantar flexion. Pointed toes, big toes especially. I see the big toes kind of sickle in. Not enough involvement in pointing the big toes with sway back. So lean the head back. Soften the sternum in. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Puff the upper back up. Okay, so the breathing is like so. Inhale, neutral pelvis, point the toes. Exhale, arch the back. Don't push the belly out when you arch the back. You got to have the belly in. This is really going to change your performance. So use the inner thighs. I know your inner thighs are strong from riding already, but squeeze this ball. And if your inner thighs are strong enough that you don't need a hand on the wall and you have enough stability, you can have both hands behind your head. Be where you are. One more breath here. And great. We're going to grab our 3-pound weight. Come back to the first side. Same position with the lower body. The weight will be in your outside arm. We're doing a version of a rotator cuff exercise. It looks like this. You have your arm here and you lift the forearm up. Notice when I lift my forearm up, I don't drop my elbow down. So it stays the same height. I lift it up and I lower. Inhale, squeeze in on the ball, sit up tall. Exhale, lower. Good. Find that pelvic position, neutral pelvis, belly in, inner thighs squeezing in, toes pointed and lifted. Toes pointed behind you and lifted. Keep that going. You're doing great. Hang in there. Give me 5 and 4. Almost there. 3 and 2. Hang in there. Last one. And 1. Set that weight down. Face the wall. Bring the arm you just worked into a high V and twist away from it to open up the anterior delt. So high V, arm you just had loaded with the weight, twist away. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Quiet the mind. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and grab the weight. Switch sides. Come on to your stability ball, your horse for the day, for your practice, and squeeze in on those inner thighs. Never push your belly out on your exhales. Always pull it in towards the spine and lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Legs are behind you, toes are pointed. From here, forearm lifts up and lowers down. It inhales to lift. The inhale is on the lift, and make sure your wrist isn't breaking or flexing. Keep it flat. Shoulders are pushing down towards the ball. Plug them down. Lift your chin a little to engage the neck flexors. Give me 5 and 4. Nice. You're doing great. Hang in there. Inhale, lift. 3. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Don't slouch. Squeeze in on those inner thighs. Tip the tailbone back. Belly in tight. Okay, set that weight down. Come over to the wall. Let's stretch out that side. So arm up the wall in your high V. Twist away from it, other hand to the hip. Breathe in here. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Twist a little bit more. Lift your head up. Exhale 3. Okay, from here, I'd like you to come center with your stability ball. Now, if you really found this last exercise challenging and you were falling all over the place, you can stay by the wall. Otherwise, come center. You're going to come back onto your horse, your stability ball for the day, and into that position with the legs behind you, toes pointed. Both hands are behind the head. Toes are down to start. You're on the tops of your feet. You're on the tops of your feet. Inner thighs are squeezing in. I want you to shift to 1 foot. So 1 foot is lifted just an inch. The toes are pointed and lifted. The other toes can be down. You're on the top of the foot. Hold it here. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Shift to the other side. You got to use those obliques. You got to squeeze in on the inner thighs. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. And I don't want the foot that's down, the top of the foot, to take so much weight. So you got to lift up through your center. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Switch sides again. First side, last set. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. It's great for the plantar flexion of the foot. Great for the adductors, the low abs. Plug your shoulders down. Take your gaze up a little higher than eye level. Last set. Shifting over to the second side. Hold it here. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, belly pulls in. Exhale, lower abs pull in and up. The muscles that stop your stream of pee. Last breath. Inhale, puff the upper back up. Take your gaze a little higher than eye level. And exhale. Those are killer. Come up to stand. From here, well-deserved stretch. We're going to make our way to sit on our foam roller. Come sit on your foam roller. You're going to do a figure 4 on your foam roller, crossing 1 foot over the other. Start by crossing your dominant leg over your non-dominant leg. Dominant leg over the non-dominant thighs, knee. You're on your foam roller, seated on your foam roller. Glute med stretch. We're getting into the outer hip. So notice that I come down onto my forearm to deepen into the posture. And then I really lean into the same side as the leg that's on top. Get into that glute med. Point your toes. Breathe here. So plantar flexion is encouraged with sway back. The only time we dorsiflex our foot is if we have flat back posture. So breathe, plug the shoulders down, get into that fascia. I know it's tight. Breathe through it. Hang in there. This is part of your recovery. Part of growing in your performance is flexibility work. So don't shortchange this. Don't check out. You can get water, but you should be doing the flexibility and working as hard as you are on the strength work. So breathe into that inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. Another 20 seconds here. You've got this. Find those spots that need your attention. If the head is straining, bring the hand behind it. Lift the chin. Plug the shoulders down. Always involve your abdomen when you're stretching, so belly in. Tugging up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Just 10 seconds. You've got this. Dig into that fascia. Really work it out. Almost there. And switch sides. Breathing into that. Cross the foot over. Plantar flex the foot. You can be on your hand, but I'd advise coming down to the forearm so you really can get deep into that fascia. Roll it out. For most sway back posture people that I've seen, clients that I've seen, this is one of the tightest areas of the body, this outer hip. And it can cause major issues in the back, in the knees. So you do want to give it a full minute on each side. Especially the dominant side. You could even go for a minute and a half on the dominant side and 30 seconds on the non-dominant, depending on the difference you feel in both sides. Hang in there. All we have is 20 seconds remaining. roll it out, get into it, breathe, belly in, shoulders plugged down. Remember all the checkpoints we found as we were doing our strength work. Point the toes. If the knee's bothering you, just check that the foot isn't sickled. A sickled foot turns in and is not either pointed or dorsiflexed evenly. Come up to sit. Great job. We're moving into our squat series with balance work in the transverse plane, turning, where 90% of injuries occur. Our squat series today will be done standing on our foam roller. You're going to tie your lightest Theraband a quarter of the way into the foam roller. I'd advise using ToeSox for this for safety purposes. Most horseback riders I've worked with have the balance to do this, but if you are concerned about your balance or recovering from an injury, feel free to do this on the floor, standing on the end of the Theraband. We're going to bring the roller by the wall with the circular part facing the wall, and you're going to step up onto the roller. I'd advise stepping up with your dominant leg closest to the Theraband, and so make sure the Theraband is farthest from the wall because you're holding the wall with one hand and the band is in the other hand. Dominant leg is closest to that Theraband, farthest away from the wall. Go ahead and step on up. Gather the end of the band in the outside hand around the knuckles, thumb on the outside. From here, find your balance for a second, knees soft. The inside leg, you're going to cross it into that figure 4 you were just in. Cross it over top. Point the toes. Take the arm overhead in shoulder flexion. Press it overhead. Hold it here. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Stay here. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Tip the tailbone back. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Coming on up. Taking the cross off. Lowering the arm. One more set when you're ready. Cross the foot over. Sit back. Use those low abs. Point the toes. Shoulder flexion. Shoulders plugged down. Chin lifted. Inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, belly in. Exhale, lower pelvic floor muscles pull in and up. And inhale, uncross the leg. Put the foot back down, lower the arm, bend the knees, and step off the roller. Switch sides. So this is a challenge, but it's a great way to get into the glute med, to open up the low back, to work the internal obliques. When you're ready, go ahead, cross that foot over, point the toes, shoulder flexion with the arm. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, plug the shoulder down. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, and lower the leg down, lower the arm. Take a pause. Notice your feet. Can you wrap your feet around the roller like a bird would around a branch, and make sure the feet aren't turned out, that they're perfectly parallel. Let's take that cross again. Second set on the non-dominant side. If the knee's painting, make sure the cross is above the knee and your toes are pointed. Exhale, sit back deeper. Inhale, pelvis pulls down towards the roller. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, lower pelvic floor muscles lift in and up. And inhale, stand up, uncross the leg. Hold it here. Wrap the toes around, make sure they're parallel. We're going to do an extra set on your non-dominant side. Okay, so that non-dominant hip needs more strength to balance out the body. Cross it over, point the toes, hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, square your pelvis. Exhale 2. Inhale 3, you're doing great. Exhale 3, and let's slowly take that down. So take that band off of the roller once you come off of it. And then I want you to come into a forearm plank and roll out your quadriceps, roll out your thighs. So as we roll out the thighs, the legs can be hip distance apart or together. Arms are in a forearm position, so in front of you. Don't roll your knees, so roll below the knees, roll above the knees and all the way up to your hip groin area, not below the knees. So just the thigh, flesh of the thigh, get into that. Pause here, push down with your forearms into the floor. Make sure the elbows are under the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, kick one heel to your butt, pointing the toes. Kick, kick, twice. Kick, kick, and switch. Kick, kick, and switch. Keep going. Kick, kick, and switch. Kick, kick, and switch. Move to the center of the thighs if you're at the top. Just move to a different spot and repeat. Kick, kick, and switch. Belly in, kick, kick, and switch. Chin lifted, toes pointed. Kick, kick, and switch. One more, kick, kick, and switch. Find one last spot, one more tender area. Push down and out with the forearms. Kick, kick, and switch. Kick, kick, and switch. Point the toes. Kick, kick, and switch. One more time. Kick, kick, and switch. Excellent. Let's come up to stand. Bring that lightest Theraband back around your foam roller a quarter of the way in. Our step to balance today is going to be in the transverse plane, and we're going to make sure that, so you're doing this stepping onto the foam roller. ToeSox, if you have them, and if not, do it on the floor if you're worried about your balance. So the setup of this, once we've tied the Theraband to the end, I'm going to have you stand facing the wall, holding the end of the band. So stand facing the wall, holding the end of the band, and make sure that the leg that's closest to the foam roller is your dominant leg. So you've wrapped the knuckles of the hand that's holding the Theraband around it with the thumb on the outside. Bring the other hand to the wall. You're going to take a quarter turn. So imagine you're at 12 o'clock onto your dominant leg. Lift the other leg up. So that's the movement. Step off for a second. Go grab your lightest loop band, bringing it around your ankles. I'm not going to put this on. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks like this. This is not good for my posture, so I'm not going to keep it on, but you're going to keep it on now that you know the movement. Okay, so face the wall, same side, stepping that dominant leg up, bringing the other leg to knee flexion immediately. Find it. Hold it here. Inhale, 1. Arm comes to shoulder flexion. Arm that's loaded. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Point the toes if you can. If you lose the band, flex the foot. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale, stepping down slowly off of the roller. We'll repeat one more time on that side. You're doing great. 3 breath hold at the top. Find the balance. Take your gaze up higher than eye level. Inhale, 1, breathe. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2, shoulders plug down. Inhale, low belly pulls in. And exhale, last breath, plug the shoulders down. Oh, that was our last breath. Good, step off. All right, switch sides. Now this side is going to be precarious because this is your non-dominant side. So I'd encourage you to make sure when you step up on your inhale and you softly bend the knee that you're stepping up onto. We start facing the wall at 12 o'clock. So start facing the wall. And now it'll be the non-dominant leg that you're stepping up onto. Quarter turn, find the balance, hold, knee flexion. Bring that arm up to shoulder flexion. There we go. Inhale, 1, breathe. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 3. Slowly stepping down. Final set. You're doing great. If this feels too scary, do it on the floor. Listen to your body. Step up. Find the balance. Knee flexion. Inhale, 1. Point the toes if you can. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Tip the tailbone back. Soft bend in the supporting knee. Exhale, 2. Inhale, plug the shoulders down. Exhale, slowly making your way off. Great. You're going to kick that loop band off. Good work for the hip flexors and the upper body. Come to the floor with your foam roller. Take the band that's on it off. Foam rolling our IT band. Start with your dominant leg. The IT band is here, the outer thigh. Don't roll the knee. Going all the way up to your glute, all the way down to right before you get to the knee. Side forearm plank. Don't collapse into the shoulder here. Lift your chin up. Breathe. Make sure you can hear that breath. You're doing great. That was a lot of stability work. You did an excellent job. Hang in there. Chin lifted, shoulders plugged down, collarbone wide, belly pulled in towards the spine, even when you're stretching here. And the outside arm or the top arm can be behind the head, on the hip, or down in front of you if you really need that leverage. But I'd encourage you to try to lift it because it'll take your upper back and allow you to involve the upper back and the neck flexors and the core more. Keep going. You're doing great. Breathe in. Okay, let's slowly switch sides. Set up on that non-dominant side. We won't be here as long, but dig in, get going. Use your breath. Walking forward and back, finding those tender spots. Not pushing the belly out, pulling it in. Plugging the shoulders down, trying to take that top arm to the hip or behind the head so that it's out of the way and you can use your back. That side plank is great to build the strength behind the shoulder. So push down into the floor as you go forward and back. It's a modified plank because you've got one leg down, but still working that shoulder. Keep going. One more breath. All right, let's make our way to a comfortable seat. Great job. Moving into our final standing series, we're going to bring our heaviest heaviest loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit. This is our gray loop band around our outer thighs. Once you have that around your outer thighs, grab your 3-pound weight in your dominant hand. If you don't have great balance, you can do this by a wall. I'm going to do it by a wall just for learning purposes, and then if you want to bring it into the center, you can. Holding the weight in our dominant hand, standing profile by the wall, grab your stability ball, and you're going to bring it behind you. Bring it behind you. So not on the wall, on the floor behind you. And you're going to bring your body profile so you're standing in front of the ball. You're standing in front of the ball, profile to the wall. Go ahead and kick so you're going to take the leg closest to the wall onto the ball. Top of the foot. Excellent. And now we're going to go into a reverse lunge. Our outside arm is going to come up to shoulder out to scaption. So in line with the chest. There. Hold it out. Hold it out in your reverse lunge. So really let that leg go behind you into a lunge. Inhale 1, breathe. Keep your body upright. Your torso doesn't have to lean forward in a lunge. It should be upright. Inhale 2, exhale 2, and inhale, bring it back in. Exhale, sliding out to that reverse lunge. Arm comes into scaption, shoulders plug down. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale in. Let's try it center now that you know the exercise. Both arms can come out into a V. Here we go. Set up. And slide that leg out on your next exhale. Hold it out. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. So that knee should not be very bent. That leg should almost extend fully behind you. It's not a hamstring curl. It's a lunge. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back in. One more time. Exhale it out. Hold it out. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Keep your body upright. No leaning forward. Switch sides. Set up on the other side. Now, if you're feeling knee discomfort, you can always just step back into a lunge, or you can bring your shin onto the foam roller, which would be a modification. So go ahead and slide that ball back, extending at the knee, bending your front knee. You'll feel that opposition. Plug your shoulders down. No leaning forward. Bring your torso upright. Hold. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale coming back in. Now you'll have to situate perhaps the top of the foot or shin on the ball depending on your leg length so it feels natural as you slide back into that reverse lunge. Hold. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2, and inhale back upright. Give me 2 more sets. Exhale, reverse lunge. Hold it out. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale, pelvis pulls down as you come in. Don't lock the standing knee when you come in. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Plug your shoulders down. Stay focused up, eye level. Take it back. Exhale. Hold it back. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale, standing back up. From here, we're going to move into our final step to balance. We're going to need our lightest loop band around our ankles, the orange band in the YouniquelyFit kit, and you need to tie the lightest Theraband a quarter of the way into your foam roller. Now I'm going to show you what the loop band looks like. It goes around your ankles like this. ToeSox are advised for this exercise. We'll be standing on the roller. If you're not comfortable doing that and you don't have ToeSox, do this exercise on the floor. You can always step onto the Theraband instead of onto the roller, standing on the end of the Theraband like so. To start, we're going to face our roller. We're going to load. We're going to keep our dominant leg farthest away from the wall. So dominant leg farthest away from the wall, standing profile. Wrap the knuckles of the outside hand around the Theraband. So I've shown you how what it looks like with the orange loop band around your ankles. I'm taking it off. You're keeping it on. Do not take it off. It's good for your posture. And it's not good for mine. We're going to step up onto our dominant leg, bringing our non-dominant leg into side knee flexion. So instead of in front of us, it's going to be out to the side. It doesn't have to be high. Toes can be pointed or flexed, but they must be active. Outside arm comes up to shoulder flexion. Hold it here. Test your balance. See if you can remove the arm that's on the wall and find your balance. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Abs are in. Tip your tailbone back. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Step down in front of your roller. Step down in front of your roller. Now we're going to step backwards onto the same foot. This is scary. You got to push down. You got to inhale. If you're scared to do it on the floor instead. Bring the arm up to shoulder flexion. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. You've got it. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Gaze up. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, and let's take it to the other side. Now, if that was really challenging, you were on your dominant leg, I'd encourage you to work on the floor, especially with a step back on your non-dominant leg. If you think you can handle it, you have a good wall to hold on to, and you have ToeSox, let's give it a go. Step up when you're ready. You can definitely do the step up, but the step back, only do that if you're confident that you can do it safely. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, you're doing great. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Let's step in front of the roller. Do it on the floor if you need to. Step that non-dominant foot back. Inhale to step up. Pull the abs in. Soft bend in the supporting knee. Hold. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. There it is. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back, coming off. Great. Final stretches. We're going to take that loop band off. And we're going to grab that stability ball. This time we're going to push it against the wall with both hands chest height. And you're going to step your dominant leg back for a calf stretch. Dominant leg steps back. Push the pelvis forward. Now take that dominant leg and internally rotate it in the hip socket. This is going to get the outer calf muscle. So we're turning that foot pigeon-toed, the leg that's back, internally rotating it, pushing the pelvis forward. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Wider the stance, the deeper you get in there. You can always play around with bending the back knee a little to get into the soleus and straightening it. Another 30 seconds here. Hear your breath. Don't sit into the joints. Use your abs. Plug your shoulders down. Take your gaze a little higher than eye level, probably at the top of the ball, stability ball. Plug the shoulders down. All things apply, all our checkpoints. The foot should not just be turned in from the ankle joint. The leg is turned in from the hip socket. So inversion of the leg at the hip socket. Getting into the peroneals. Another 5 seconds, hang in there. Turn your foot back to parallel and inhale, step that leg forward. Good, switch sides. Step the leg back parallel, then invert the leg from the hip socket. Inversion. There we go. Push the pelvis forward. Hands are chest height. Shoulders are down the back. You don't want it too high because then you're pushing on the anterior delts, the front of the shoulders. So better to have that ball a little lower than higher. Hold it there. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. And push that pelvis forward. Exhale. Widen the stance if you can. Invert the leg more from the hip socket. Drive that pelvis forward. Give me 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. and exhale. Come to sit on your stability ball in a supported lunge by a wall. So one hand can rest on the wall. So you're in a supported lunge. So it looks like this. You're going to take one leg forward and one leg back in a lunge, one butt cheek on the ball, one leg off. And then from here, the outside arm, the same arm as your back leg, is going to side bend over. Now make sure if I pulled that stability ball out from underneath you, you would be in a lunge and be able to hold it. You're not sitting into the joints, you're pulling your core and you'll feel a stretch in the back of that thigh. Breathe here, inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, inhale 2, side bending. Exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 3, switching sides. Quick release for those hip flexors after all that hard work. Find that stretch. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, don't sit into the joints, belly in, gaze up higher. Inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 3. Good. I would like you to sit on your ball and sit by the wall and sit on it like you would your horse with your legs behind you, your toes pointed. I want you to close your eyes, one hand on the wall for safety purposes. Imagine you're on your horse, and I want you to think about the thing that you're most scared of when you're riding. Perhaps it's something you're working on for a performance, or perhaps it is something you've always feared happening. I want you to imagine it right now happening and see it happen, hear it, feel it. Use all your senses to observe the situation. Sit upright on that ball, point the toes, use your abs, pull them in. Now let that go. Close your eyes again if you've opened them. I want you to put yourself back on your horse, back in that same situation. And I want you to imagine the best case scenario, what you want to happen, what would be incredible if it did happen. See it, hear it, feel it, all senses. Use them right now. Sit upright, pull your abs in, use your upper back, plug the shoulders down, point your toes, and let that go. Great work today.